I bet I drill a clean hole in somebody today.
Because there's this indie game, and this indie game was taking jabs at Tekken. It says, back to basics is a popular phrase these days. Made some gameplay refinements, strong universal backstep, stronger sidestep. But low-key, we do need like a serious Tekken competitor. We do need a serious Tekken competitor. And one of these indie games or just normal games like Virtua Fighter or DOA could step up and give Tekken could stand up and give Tekken a real fight. It will be great. The issue is that Tekken doesn't have competition. So when Tekken players quit, they quit and they go play Marvel Rivals, or they quit and they go play Tekken, and that doesn't work. Like those games aren't the same as Tekken, and just because it's a fight, like even though fighting games are fighting games, it's not the same. So when the Tekken players quit Tekken and they go play Street Fighter, they're trying to use Street Fighter as a replacement, and it doesn't work because the 2D and 3D are just vastly different. I think it's much easier to quit Street Fighter and then go to Tekken, but not Tekken and go to Street Fighter. So there is no like real competitor. And now we do have two on the horizon, but I think that Virtua Fighter is kind of in the same boat as Tekken, where I think Virtua Fighter, the way that they've been marketing their game, they've been talking a lot about a new generation of players, a lot about making their game relevant and for a new audience. They have been sprinkling in, we want to, not forget about our hardcore players, and we want to stay true to the what's called. But I think that they are saying that only because of what Tekken 8 has done. Like, I think if Tekken 8 didn't receive any backlash, they wouldn't have had any issues like that. If Tekken 8 never got backlash, ignoring their hardcore audience, I don't think Virtua Fighter would have put that in their marketing. That's the only reason why they're doing it. But on the topic of DOA, I do wonder, like, if stuff like this will make its way into the new game and whatnot. I think elements like this is so cool. And whenever you see one of these games, it's like one of these unique things that they have. It's super unique. And also talk about how all the characters have their own signature animations. They're not recycling the same animation like Tekken does with Heat. It's so unique. But also, this costs a lot of money. So if DOA or Virtua Fighter or whatnot has like some kind of monetization, you understand why. One is because that's what fighting games do now. But then two, that's because these animations are going to be expensive. But I am interested to see what these next generation of 3D games have to offer. I am very interested. What game is this? This is DOA. What does it say? DOA 4. DOA 4. And this is the Stair Bros in DOA 4. It's so cool, huh? All of them are so iconic and whatnot. Because this is what I was going to say is that I wish Tekken had something like this as well, where it's a 3D environment, and I wish that when you broke balconies and floors, it was more cinematic like this. This is what I think DOA has over Tekken, is their cinematics there in the fights. It gives it that that entertainment, that extra level of entertainment. Because Tekken 8 adds a bunch of cutscenes in their battle, but the cutscenes don't really add life. So I'm sure you guys probably are very well aware of this video, of this game. I should have been sooner to it, but I was a little, let's just say, sick. So I wasn't able to make a video on it in the prime of its discussion. But here's another indie game. So we looked at this indie game, and now we're looking at another indie game that is 3D based, and it has incredible movement. One of the most viral clips from this is this post here from Speed Kicks where he says 3D footsies. I don't know what kind of controller he uses, but it has to be some kind of box. Hitbox, mix box, something. And I don't know who his opponent is, if his opponent is a real player or an AI. But you can see here that he's playing this game and he's moving insane. When this was posted, everyone loved it. You had pro players, you had content creators, you had so many people flocking to try this game. And I know the person who created this also made a video on YouTube, and that video took off. You can just see that with both of these indie projects, you can just see that the Tekken players are really hungry for that 3D movement. The way that I would describe it is Tekken is 3D. What's special about it is 3D. Street Fighter is 2D. What's special about it is 2D. What I mean by that is Street Fighter, you could only move forward, backwards, and jump up, right? That's like if Street Fighter made anti-airs so strong to where you were afraid to jump, right? It would basically destroy the 2D elements of the game. That's what Tekken 8 did. It's the thing that makes it special, 3D movement. They put homing moves in it and homing strings in it to make you really afraid to press buttons, you know? And I think that is terrible for your product. When your product is 3D, but everyone is afraid. When your product is 3D, but everyone is afraid to embrace the 3D, then what is it? It's just 2D at that point. And then if you do the same thing with 2D, where you put super broken anti-airs or whatever, I don't know what that would be, right? But that's what Tekken 8 is doing. And the reason why Tekken 8 is doing it is because it decreases the skill gap. If you're able to move around like these videos are showcasing, it would allow good players to absolutely decimate players who are good at the game. Now, the thing is that it's much easier to back up than it is to sidestep. And in Tekken 7, when I was able to back up out of the range of things, I was able to beat people who probably were better than me, especially using Yoshimitsu's keep out tools, right? But if you nerf backdashing and your ability to escape, and now you have to rely on sidestepping, it takes much more skill to do that. Even though it is possible, it takes much more skill to do that, and it's also a lot more room for error. And it's not good, right? So that's why they decreased it in the way that they did, but it's to decrease the skill gap, but it's not really like good, you know? But yeah, you can just see these, and these are 3 videos that I just showed you guys from this indie game. The Tekken players really love this, and I hope that one day there is a product that can rival Tekken, whether it's DOA, Virtual Fighter, an indie game, or something like that. I hope there is a product that can rival it. So when Tekken players are, when Tekken players are upset about the game, it's not this huge thing that like, oh, I want to quit, but what game do I play? Do I do this? Do I do that? You know? We just need more competition. And also, I think we need a game to show that 3D movement can exist and the game still be like fun to watch and this and that. Just a lot of things, right? We need the different outlook. Because for some reason, the Tekken developers don't think it's possible anymore. It's like they're ashamed of their history. One thing I will say about this game, and maybe because the game is just super indie and it's super in development, but when you look at this game, it does look like the same thing over and over. But that's probably because it's like generic polygon characters, very limited moveset, and one stage. If you were to add a variety in terms of characters and stages, and maybe give a little bit of combos in there, it would probably be much better. But I hope a game like this is built upon and evolved. I think it would be great. But yeah, I just want to show you guys these indie products that exist and how Tekken players are gravitated to them and loving them and celebrating them. And hope and wishing that Tekken could go back, because Tekken was like this at one point in time. It just stopped being this way. It just stopped being this way, right? And it's because they're decreasing the skill gap. Have you seen Crash Out? Yeah, Crash Out was the first. Crash Out was the Roblox Tekken game. Here's the first, right? Roblox Tekken. The developer of this game, they used to post their gameplay to Discord, but when they saw that I posted their clip to Twitter and it caught fire, they posted it as well. And I'm happy that this person was able to find an audience, and for a short period of time, everyone was playing it. And I hope that these games have some kind of longevity to it. I think even Harada responded to it. So this is the most updated version of the Roblox Tekken. This is like a King Jun Kazama character, right? Look at this. Hit in the combo. And then she tech rolls and lands, and then the next round starts. That's crazy. See, that's what Tekken should do. Oh, so bro showed off a bunch of different stages, a bunch of different characters. This guy is still updating this game too. Still adding stuff to it. Hopefully there's a real developer who sees these guys and then hires them. Because you know Bandai Namco was looking for fighting game people. They're working on some new fighting game. And it's going to have online, NPCs, everything. It's going to be a full-fledged fighting game. I think this is probably Tekken 9. A second guess would be Soul Calibur. And then the third guess would obviously be a brand new property. But it's probably Tekken 9. Tekken 8's development started just over halfway through Tekken 7. And we are about halfway entering that just over halfway. So it would make sense that they start hiring people. So once they hire people and they find talent, then we'll be about just over halfway like we was with Tekken 7. And then they'll start development. But my point is that they're looking for people. Go get those indie devs. They're already making 3D fighting games by themselves. Do you think it's a new DBZ game? That could be the thing too. I think Tekken 9, Dragon Ball, Soul Calibur, or a new game.